Hi guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Yvonne and I make sewing content. Anything sewing and fashion related, I'm your girl. In this Christmas season where we're making clothes, buying clothes, trying to get ourselves to look extra cute, I thought to myself, this is the right time to teach you guys how to make your clothes look a bit more professional. When you go for that family gathering and you're looking at your dress, you can say, yeah, I made it. And they can fight you through the entire night and say you didn't make it because it looks that professional. So let's get into the video. First tip, press your seams as you go. I don't know if I said this in my first video, things I wish I knew as a beginner. I think that was a video, I don't remember. I will leave the video in the cards above somewhere. I mentioned how important it is to press your seams as you go. You might feel like it's a waste of time, but when you look at a garment that has not been pressed and a garment that has been pressed, you can really tell the difference. The thing about heat and fabric is that the moment the heat is applied, it molds to whatever shape you adhere to. 2. Finish off the edge of your fabric. You know those midnight projects that you do, that you couldn't go outside to let somebody, knitting the edges for you or overlock the edges for you or basically make the edges look crisp and neat. Those garments, if I come and I build the inside, I will see horror. I didn't know this earlier on in my sewing journey. Neatening or overlocking the edge of your fabric is not the only way to finish it actually. There are a couple of other ways that you can get it done. You can use a bias binding to finish the edge of your fabric. You can use a French seam. There are lots of ways you can finish the edge of your fabric. Tip number 3, use interfacing on the edge of a bias cut piece. This was a trick I learned on Instagram. Honestly speaking, I think I use this every single day now. In order for that part to just lose that stretchiness, you just cut about ½ inch of your interface and press it into that corner. That edge loses its stretchiness. So now when you stitch it, it won't be wobbly, it won't have those wavy lines, it will be straight. Number 4, some of you will not like me for this, but unpick your mistakes. Don't continue because you were excited to see how the thing will come out. It's a mistake. Unpick it. Because I promise you, you will move far and then you come back and realize that that mistake is really avoiding you from doing something, it's avoiding you from being successful. So just unpick it. If you like, when I have to unpick something and I'm exhausted, I usually just take it to my room, unpick, put the piece in the corner of my bed and go to bed. The next morning, you know that this has been undone. You can do it again with a clear mindset, that vigor, that energy, and then you move. Use a piece of fabric to make little samples of what you're not sure about. A perfect example, if you're making welt pockets, you're not so sure about how it's going to look. Just take a piece of fabric, figure the whole thing out. If it looks good for you, then you can now move on. Number 6, accept your mistakes and make the needed corrections. Before I learned how to sew, I felt like tailors and seamstresses were just gaslighting me. You know that thing where you are looking at what you wanted and what you got, and there's nowhere near it, and she's trying to tell you that, oh no, that's how it is, that's how it will look like. You have made mistake, you don't want to correct it, and telling me that's how it will look like. Ha! Part of being a designer is accepting when you've made a mistake and correcting it. Number 7, this is my favorite point. Finishing accessories and stitches. I don't think I've seen anybody talk about this. Sometimes you have parts of the garments just like poking out. A perfect example would be the facing of the dress, especially around the neckline. Like you wear it and then you have it just like poking out in the process of wearing it. There are some stitches or there are some things that you can do to just make that part lie down. Like it just stays in the dress regardless of how the person wears it, it will never come out. One thing I love to do is to use a double-sided tape on the inside. It looks neat, it looks clean, it looks crisp. Point number 8, place your fabric on the table while you're stitching. This was something I observed the other day when I was sewing bias cut dress. When the garment or when most of the garment is just hanging off the table or hanging off of the machine, you end up with this wobbly look. I don't really know how to explain it. Put the entire thing on the table and then work as you go. There's a tendency for the fabric to shift when most of the weight is just being dragged down, or most of the fabric's weight is just being dragged down. These are the tips I can remember at the moment. Thank you for watching to the very end, and I hope these tips help you, especially during this Christmas season where you're going to be making your own clothes, or making clothes for other people. I hope it's very helpful to you. Like, comment, and subscribe. Please subscribe. As you guys, bye.